Hello everybody, welcome back to another daily weather forecast video, and today we are going to be mainly talking about this moderate risk for this video, only because this is a pretty substantial tornado risk today, and there's been hints to an upgrade to potentially a high risk as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there were to be a high risk in the next outlook here, but right as of right now we do have a moderate risk of severe weather, so I just want to get straight into this and just talk more about it. So let's get straight into this. So like I said, on your screen right now, you can see there is a the moderate risk got bigger. I've talked about it yesterday. There's a moderate risk of severe weather again in almost the same areas that had the high risk the other day, and it actually got bigger. Like I said, it stretches from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, now all the way down to like Texarkana, like way east of Dallas Fort Worth Metro, and it's like I think this near the Boston, Texas area. I think if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the extreme northeastern parts of Texas, extreme southeastern parts of Oklahoma. A lot of west central and central and north central Arkansas is in that moderate risk, and a lot of southern Missouri. The Boo Hill not quite is in it, but a lot of parts of southeastern Missouri, I guess you could say, is also in that moderate risk as well. The Boo Hill's in the enhanced risk, but I wouldn't be surprised if this moderate risk does get pushed out a little bit more, because like I said, there could potentially be an upgrade to this risk. Maybe they might upgrade it. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, they know what they're doing. So if they need to fail to upgrade this, they will upgrade this to a high risk. But if they don't upgrade it, it's for a reason. They did good last time with the high risk. They did a fantastic job with the high risk last time. And I feel like they're going to do the same thing again. So it's up to them because they are the smartest of the smartest and they know what they're doing. But as of right now, we have a moderate risk. Like I said, we have an enhanced risk that stretches from southern Illinois near down to southeast of Missouri, the Boo Hill, you're in that risk again. And then parts of Arkansas that got hit from the tornado outbreak that happened 2 days ago. Yeah, you guys are back in the enhanced risk area, and it stretches all the way down to parts near Dallas Fort Worth metro area, but not quite in the area. It's like a little, like I said, a little bit east of the Dallas Fort Worth metro area. But those are the two main areas I'm really focused on for significant severe weather. And you also have the slight risk region as well too, that stretches from almost basically the Texas Mexico border, all the way up to like Evansville, Indiana, Carbondale, I think Illinois. I think is what you say or how you pronounce it, and in areas as far west as like near Oklahoma City, south and east of Oklahoma City, and the same areas that were under the high risk and moderate risk 2 days ago. You do have a 15% area of significant tornadoes. So a tornado outbreak is likely today. We are expecting a tornado outbreak in this region. So just get ready. I will be 100% live today. I didn't go live yesterday because I didn't see much of a huge threat for significant tornadoes, and the Storm Prediction Center wound up downgrading the area of concern. So now that I knew that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go live. But today, there will 100% be a live stream. Whether I feel like the area is, not favorable for tornadoes or not, which it will be very favorable today. So we will be live today talking about significant tornadoes, more than likely 100%. But yeah, you have a 15% area of significant tornadoes, and you have a very large 10% area of significant tornadoes as well, and a very large 5% area as well, and a 2% area that stretches all the way up almost towards Indianapolis, and as far as south as near like east of Abilene, Texas, I'm pretty sure. So we gotta definitely be weather aware on that one. And like I said, don't be surprised if this area expands and they wound up putting a 30% area in there. They've already hinted at it that they're gonna probably upgrade this to a high risk. Like I said, I don't know if they are, but they hinted at it, so it's definitely a possibility here that they could upgrade this to once again another rare high risk. But yeah, that's your tornado risk area. Let's go to the wind threat. The wind threat is nowhere near as high as the tornado risk today at all, which honestly, I can understand that only because there is more of a supercell threat than a wind threat, in my opinion. There's going to be more isolated supercells in this area rather than just a line of, not supercells, a line of storms. Is what I'm trying to say. Sweeping on through, like how the other risk day was. Um, and let's go to the hail risk is also pretty significant as well. This is on par with the tornado risk, and we definitely got to watch this as well because you could get some ginormous hail from this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you get like 2-inch hail, 3-inch hail. I wouldn't be surprised if isolated areas could see hail upwards to 4 inches in diameter. That's some giant hail. That's almost grapefruit size, I'm pretty sure. So we gotta really take this seriously with the hail risk today. Make sure you take your belongings indoors and stuff, and make sure your car is in like a garage or something, or just under something where it can't get damaged by big giant hail. Um, but yeah, like I said, your main risks are your tornado risk and your hail risk. Your wind risk is not as high as neither one of those. So we gotta just remember that this is more of a supercell threat than a wind threat. So let's go back out here and let's go to tomorrow's risk. This is tomorrow's risk right here. We have an enhanced risk once again for the same areas that has been getting a whole lot of rain and stuff too as well. And it stretches from all the way up to the Kentucky-Tennessee border, all the way down to, eastern Arkansas, southern Arkansas, all of western Mississippi, a little bit, yeah, a lot of northern Mississippi, all the way down to Louisiana. Now, northern and central Louisiana, you're all in that. In eastern Texas, or yeah, extreme eastern portions of Texas, you're in that as well. So just be weather aware of that. You also have a very large slight risk that stretches from Cincinnati all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. So that's another area we got to watch carefully too. And you have a marginal risk that stretches from Pennsylvania all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. So this is a pretty widespread area of severe weather that is expected tomorrow. And once again, we have another area, a hatched area for significant tornadoes. And it's a small area. It's not a large area. It's a very small area. But I feel like that could get extended or expanded in a way. Well, we'll see what happens as we progress into the future. But you have a pretty large 5% area of tornadoes as well, and a very large 2% area that stretches from, like I said, Cincinnati all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Same thing with this 5% area, the Kentucky-Tennessee border, all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, basically, and the Texas and Louisiana border. So that's that risk area right there. This is more of a damaging wind risk, though. This is damaging wind-driven. So we got to be aware of that. There's going to be some significant damaging winds, maybe hurricane force winds is possible in these areas, especially in the 30% area. And you also have a pretty large hail risk too, or actually no, it's actually not large. It's actually pretty small. But just because it's a small area of significant large hail doesn't mean there's not going to be significant large hail. There will be very large hail in some of these areas. They will start off as supercell thunderstorms and then congeal into one big squall line that will sweep on through into like Mississippi and Alabama and stuff like that. But the beginning stages of this event, there will be supercells. So we got to be weather aware of that. So giant hail is not without the question as well. So we got to be, like I said, very weather aware of that. So this is your current HRRR model run right here. And if I were to pull this is around right now 6 a.m. Eastern for me. So if you guys are in Central, like in Arkansas and Oklahoma, back this up 1 hour. But this is 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And as you can see, you're having storms pop up here. And I don't know if you see this, but you see these storms right here? They are lifting up to the north here. That's your open warm sector rising up in this area. So keep pushing this through. And you can see that it continues to do that for this area for Arkansas. So you might have a little bit of clearing in some spots, maybe like peaks of the sun coming out. This is around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Now you're starting to get your storms, and these little storms right here, these could be supercells, right? So all of these could be supercell thunderstorms. And if I were to take a sounding here, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a pretty decent tornado sounding over here. Yeah, look at that. It's a pretty wide curved photograph right here. Your 850 millibar winds. This is 1 kilometer above the ground. As you can see, they're moving northeast. Look at your 500 millibar winds. This is 6 kilometers above your head, and you can see this is moving more of a northeast. So your winds are going to be varying with height 100% in this area. 73 degrees in temperature and a 69-degree dew points, almost 70-degree dew points over here. So you definitely have plenty of moisture, plenty of cape. Your dew points is really good. And you also have a curved photograph here. So there definitely will be a very significant tornado risk over here in this area. So we really got to take in mind and just take this seriously, that there will be a pretty substantial tornado risk over here. And long track EF3 plus tornadoes is not without the question. So the same thing we saw 2 days ago, we could see it again today. So let's click out of that. And let's keep fast forwarding. This is around 4 p.m. So 3 p.m. for you guys in Central. Keep fast forwarding this, and you have a lot, and I mean a lot of isolated supercells that are popping up in Arkansas and Oklahoma right now, and even in Texas. So Texarkana, Little Rock, Pine Bluffs, that area needs to be on high alert. And then your supercells start to get a lot more substantial in this area as well. Keep fast forwarding this, you could get multiple significant tornadoes. I mean, look at this storm right here. This is a very potent storm. It has the shape of a supercell right here. It's around 10 p.m. Eastern, and then you keep pushing this through. Then your storms start to die out a little bit more, and then you fast forward this into tomorrow. Let's actually go down into tomorrow's risk. So let's do that real quick. Boom. And it should load up. Yep, there we go. So this is tomorrow's risk. This is around 8 a.m. tomorrow. Fast forward this. And you can see, boom, this is around 5 p.m. Your storms start to fire up over here. You have a lot of clearing, actually, in Mississippi and stuff like that from the looks of it. So we keep, pushing this through. And you're probably going to have some supercells pop up in front of the main line here and there. But this is mainly a damaging wind-driven event. So we'll see what happens with this risk tomorrow. As you can see, this is multiple line segments of storms popping up. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, of a big tornado risk in this area, which is a good thing because we don't need any tornadoes. But this is more of a flood and damaging wind risk, in my opinion. So we definitely got to take this seriously down here in this area that is under the enhanced risk for tomorrow. This is your RRFS model run right here. And if you were to fast forward this is, let me see, 6 a.m. So this is around the time right now, April 4th, 2025. Fast forward this is Eastern Daylight Time, like I said, so keep that in mind. It's around 8 a.m. You have your storms firing up over here in Arkansas. You're probably going to have tornado warnings and stuff happening over here in these areas of eastern Oklahoma and Arkansas. And like I said, you're going to have a little bit of a warm nose over here. Or not warm nose, but an area where your warm air is going to start rising a whole lot more. And you're going to have a lot more clearing in Arkansas, which is not a good thing at all. That is going to probably intensify some of the severe weather you're going to see over here. Fast forward this into around 4 p.m. today. You can see a ton of supercells start to pop up in this area. I mean, look at this in eastern Texas over here, east of Dallas. Supercells start to pop up over here. Fast forward this, and I mean, look at that. A lot of clusters of supercells, maybe isolated supercells in some areas. Maybe a broken up line of storms will happen as well. And like I said, let me take another sounding here, and you will see there is a pretty substantial tornado risk in this area. So yeah, look at that, another curved photograph, and this is from the RRFS model run. This is not the HRRR. The RRFS has been doing pretty well with predicting significant severe weather this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's on par today, like how it was with the other high risk that that happened over there. So yeah, definitely got to this with a grain of salt as well, but also just be cautious about what this is showing because this has been right mostly lately. So we got to definitely take this in and be weather aware and definitely keep watching these model runs here. But let's see. Also, I want to show you guys the excessive rainfall outlooks too. So let's refresh that. Boom. Like I said, this is your day one convective outlook, your rainfall rates. I mean, you have a high risk of flash flooding over here, which is not a good thing at all. So please take this seriously. And like I said, I can zoom in on this for you guys and show you what areas are in the risk. Like I said, Fort Smith, Russellville, Hot Springs, Conway, Little Rock, Jonesboro, Poplar Bluff, the areas the Branson, Missouri, even in a moderate risk area, you guys got to be weather aware of significant flash flooding in this area. And like I said, it's not just day one, you have day two as well. Day two of a high risk of flash flooding in these areas. So there will be probably flash flood emergencies in some spots over here. We got to take this seriously. And this is your next couple days. Your day three outlook is nowhere near significant. And your day four outlook, and then yeah, there's no day five outlook. But the day one and day two is the ones we have to watch out for the most. So definitely be weather aware in these areas for sure. But I think this is all I have for you guys today. I'm not seeing much else of yeah, I'm not seeing much else. You already have some clearing actually in Arkansas, but the sun's not up yet. When the sun comes up, that's when it becomes a problem. But we'll see what happens because there's storms behind it in eastern Oklahoma. So we'll see what happens with these storms. Like I said, there will be a significant tornado outbreak today, so I will be live. So make sure you turn on those bell notifications and like and subscribe to this channel if you want to be in a live stream. If you need help about live coverage or questions about your area, I will answer them on the live stream. So definitely leave like and subscribe on the channel because I will cover this for you guys and help you guys out get through whatever type of severe weather event that will happen in this area. So thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys. See ya.